So we are here now with Carlota Berzal, and this must be Pablo Cernadas. Yeah, nice to meet you. And are we also getting to meet today Lorena, Ávila, and Menéndez as well?
Yes, these two girls, they cannot be here, but they are with the heart, so they say hello from Sevilla. So they are with us, but not here.
Okay, just you two are flying the flag today, representing the group. Okay, so very nice to see you. Just some very quick protocols for everyone. So we talk for maybe 20 minutes, something like this. And if someone has a question from the audience, they can type into the public chat here. And one of me or Jana will read this for you. Otherwise, people can also turn their cameras on and ask a question, but probably it's better we do it with this public chat system because we have it. So if you type in Spanish, then I need to rely on one of you to
no problem.
to translate this or something.
Okay.
So how are you both today? You okay?
Very well.
Yeah, it's raining here. It's quite a not
so
beautiful day.
In Argentina. Here is Buenos Aires, Argentina, and Carlota is in Spain.
Yeah, we are very far from each other, but we are connected through the computer. But yes.
Wow. Yes.
And you were doing this collaboration all from different countries, but I guess Lorena and Ro are also in Spain.
Yeah. Both Lorena, Rocío, and me were in Sevilla, but when we did this video, we were in different houses, and Pablo was doing all the control and all this video stuff through Buenos Aires, Argentina. So yes, internet things.
We meet, we work together before with Carlota in some project and plays in Buenos Aires. Well, the relation is now in the distance, but it's a very good experience to do and have collaborate with the Turba team. It was a wonderful experience to be able to help technically in the live edition and mix the materials that the Turba team have do in Attach My Flag. It's a very well created collection of experience that arise when difficult times are live. Art is always expressed, and this group knew very well how to collect experience from this entire pandemic period. It's very grateful for me to do this. Yeah, and we work with Carlota very well always.
It looks like you had a great time in lockdown.
Yeah, we were like crazy dancing and doing some stuff. So even though we were with all this COVID stuff, and we were dancing with the dogs, with the plants, and well, Rocío was lucky because she's living in the mountains, so she have all the nature to dance, as you saw, with the bees and with all this stuff. So yes, we create a lot. So it's just like a little short resume what we do in the process, like making play with the process. That's what the main idea to do this Attach of My Flag.
I want to know.
Why don't you? Sorry, Jana. I was just gonna say, if Carlota can just tell us the story of the development, because I think you began this process without any pandemic, then you were interrupted, right? Can you tell us about this a little bit?
Yeah, I started the process in November of last year, so now it's like 1 year of the whole process. I began as a solo, as I was telling, like all these demonstrations that were in Catalonia because of the independence, and also there was these brutal strikes in Chile. So all of that made me so mad. So I have to dance with that, and I create a solo, but then it starts like something really big, because the flag is something that it has a lot of things to develop. So then Lorena came, and then Rocío, and we started rehearsals on February, and then COVID came, and we were like such in the big moment because we're starting the creation, and we were like, okay, we have to continue. And after all these videos and texts and all these images, we say, okay, we have to do something with all this process, because it's very, very big information. So we decide, apart from the play, because we have the performance, that it's a dance, theatrical dance performance, we have this that is more like a performatic stuff with the material. So
was it originally going to be like a live piece that was shaped as a conference, like a performative conference?
no, at the beginning it was like a usual play, a theatrical play. All of this is just the process. It's how to, yeah, like a peel of this. Yeah, something like that, because the other is more, like scenes and dance and improvisation, and more like theatrical with lights, with costumes. But this is like more like a home version of what can be, something like that.
It turned out great.
What?
It turned out great.
Yeah, well, like we have these two versions, because now this is like the conference, but now we are going to have the premiere in January. So we are like very excited to just end this process, like to have this baby, because since November we are doing this, so it's quite long.
And the premiere in January, that's going to be a physical premiere, or it's going to be also this performance conference?
I'm praying like it could be, yeah.
Okay,
Well,
okay. Sorry, yeah.
It's gonna be, if all is gonna be okay, it's gonna be in theater. Yeah. You can watch on YouTube. You can put my flag, because this is attached of my flag, this conference performance. But if you put my flag, Carlota Berzal or Cia La Turba, you can see this like theatrical play that it has some pieces like La Fiera, this Jota, this traditional song that you heard, or some parts of the scene that you saw, but it's another thing. Like it's two things of the same theme, something like that.
I want to ask you a little bit about how much this work has been informed by all the strange stuff that has happened this year, where, you know, you're talking about nationalism, and here we had a year of suddenly national borders happening again, and this, what do you call it, vaccine nationalism, and this kind of rediscovery of the nation state in Europe that, you know, we thought was not really a thing anymore, but suddenly became a thing. Yeah. I was reading today about this race that every country is doing to secure like corona vaccinations. And yeah, I think they were calling it vaccine nationalism. And so this piece was very pertinent about that. How much, I mean, what did it mean that you were doing this piece and then suddenly you can't leave your country? No one can come in, no one can go out. Must have been very strange.
It's crazy, because now in Spain, like in Andalusia, that is like in the south, I cannot leave my city. I cannot go to the village that is near my city. So I cannot even leave my city. So now it's more like smaller stuff. It's crazy, you know. For me, flags always been since ancient times, and but nowadays, you know, with all this pandemic, like people really get like owners of the nationalism or something like that, and it came some strange feeling on the body. So we are just asking questions with this play. I don't know, Pablo, if you want to tell how it's going in Argentina, because they have some stuff, but different, because now it's primavera, no? It's
yes. Here in Argentina, we have a open view. We spend time to wait the vacuum, the solution, but it's Here we say waiting to Godot, waiting the solution. Is the same the same thing. We don't know what will happen. Here in Argentina today is an open view of the pandemic solution, but we think that in the future we will close about the same thing that Spain and Europe. Here we came in more temperatures, but in the future on March, I think we will close because the vacuum, the solution, don't. It's little time to the solution.
Yeah. Yeah, well, at least they have opened the theaters like 1 week ago or 2 weeks ago in Argentina. They
Here
can
open theaters are open, but the
now.
big theaters, the
The little ones.
independent theater, the more no, all the biggest theaters are open, but the independent theater, no. It's very difficult for the independent theater to survive. That the biggest theaters have money and it's easy for it, but now the artists the artists that have independent artists is more difficult.
Yeah.
Richard, how did this piece resonate with you? I want to ask because you've been in Fortress Australia this whole year.
Jana's referring that Australia is one of the only countries where you actually can't leave. So I was here visiting my mother who was sick in the beginning of the pandemic, and then I was stuck here and not able to get back to Berlin. I mean, look, the flag in Australia is a very strange thing because it's very colonial event, and it's kind of a meaningless symbol in many ways because it doesn't represent the land, it doesn't kind of represent the people in many ways, and yeah, it's sometimes used as nationalist symbol, of course, but it's it's kind of it's a strange object. Now with the piece, I was very interested in it. First, what is this idea of performance conference? And second, so maybe that one is for you, Carlota, but second also for Pablo, because I found it very much a filmmaking experiment also. So it sounds like you were doing a lot of the editing. I wanted to ask about this. Did you have storyboard? You know, this one where you plan out all of the scenes and then you ask the performers to fill some spaces, or you were just working with material that you were given?
Carlota was made a right of the screens that suggest and we have do all by OBS software. It's a free software to editing online. We do with OBS. The OBS is a good material to do the performance. It's free. It's very easy to handle, and we with Carlota write the things we make. All the things are in sequence, by to be. It's easy to do it. The material the very important thing that you put in the dating, no?
Yes, like there was a kind of script, like the videos that you see, I did it myself, like the editing, handmade, more or less. And then the video that you see, the whole video was do it live, like we do it like streaming. We do like a kind of Zoom, and the Pablo was the one who is doing this crazy stuff that I don't know how to do it, like put the video and then put the text and then put 3 together and then put 2 together, that this is the OBS that he's talking about, because for me it's like kind of I don't know how to do it. So he was the one like kind of BJ. That's why in the presentation he said like the BJ, like mixing music and videos, no? Because he was the one who was creating this, because this video was made live. So it was made we were all connected, and he was doing yeah.
Wow, it has that liveness, that live feeling also inside, which is very
New
interesting.
order.
We actually need to finish up if there's no question from the audience, because we need to move on to the next performance in just 1 minute. But I did want to ask Carlota if you can answer about this performance conference idea. I never saw it before, but also if this process will help you. I guess you're planning a physical performance in January. If the process of doing this filmmaking collaboration will help you for the performance in January, whether you're going to use some of this material in the stage show.
Well, there are 2 things, because this we want to do it live, so we want to create another thing. Like we want to do this kind of performatic conference, like explaining our process, but alive, with maybe some videos that you saw, but we can play more, because the dances that you see, maybe we do it live. So we mix some videos and live things. That is one thing that is Anexo Mi Bandera, like a touch of my flag. And the other stuff that it's my flag, just my flag, that is going to be in January. Of course, all this creation help us, to understand the process and to understand the play. So, of course, if you see this piece and later you see the performance, the my flag one, you can understand more things. So I think as an audience, it's nice to see both if you have the opportunity, of course. If you are in Sevilla, I hope we can go to FAKI. We were going to FAKI with the play, not this performatic conference, but with this COVID, we create this stuff. So, well, it's another thing that is creating with Christ.
I think the Attach My Flag is a new performance. It's another performance. Have proper live.
Yeah.
There are two. Yes.
I just wanted to say I
we
enjoyed it very much. I think I've never seen anything like it. It's like a Zoom performance, but it's wonderful. I hope it's the beginning of a new genre.
Yeah. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
Well,
Performance. They say Vendran say performance. Yeah, can be.
Performance.
Well, we should wrap it up there, but just quickly, welcome back to FAKI after 5 years. I guess we met 5 years ago, Carlota, so it's nice to see you again.
So crazy. We've been together in FAKI like 5 years ago, and now we see on screen. But well, hope we can be alive seeing each other in FAKI for real.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah. Maybe next year would be great. Okay, so now we are going to move on to Iria in just a moment. Performance Tortura Blanca. Thank you once again to Carlota and Pablo for being with us, and of course to Jana Perkovic.
Thank you very much.
We're going to be you're welcome. We're going to be back pretty soon, and yeah, speak to you then. Okay, ciao.
Bye.